the issue here is that, and this is for me is the big issue, how we as a party and what we're seeing as signs of how we as a party are going to conduct ourselves in the coming weeks and months. What I would say is, I've come out and I've said people should join a rent union and that we as a party should be speaking up and out for renters who, through no fault of their own, now find themselves in a very precarious situation. And we should be asking, as the party of Labour, the people in the precariat, the people who need a voice in Parliament, we should be asking, why should that burden fall disproportionately over however long a period on the poorest and most vulnerable in our society? Landlords, yes, there's a variety of them. There are the Rachman-esque ones at the top, and then there are some who it's their pension payment each week, right? I don't want to stop them from having their pension payment, but we've got to find some kind of outcome, which means that those people at the bottom of the rung of the ladder who are forced out of work and who are renting don't pick up the tab for what's happened over the last 6 weeks. That's all I'm bothered about. What I don't want to see is anyone telling me what my Labour values are, or what is Labour and what isn't. I know what is Labour. I know what I stand for, and I know why I joined the Labour Party. I don't need anyone, left or right of the party, telling me what my Labour politics are and what is un-Labour and Labour when we're talking about social and economic justice. I don't need anyone telling me that. But I will listen to their arguments. I will listen to their arguments about the policies. And I can do that without calling them traitors or red Tories or scum, because this is the thing I wanted to say today. We've got a choice. We can, this group and other groups who are really upset about the fact that, Jeremy is now on the back benches, that Rebecca didn't win. The kind of choice, it's like a grieving process that people are going through. And in grief, you can go one of two ways. You can come through it stronger, or you can let it eat you up, and the grief changes and destroys who you are. And I think what a lot of people have a choice of now in politics is to say to themselves, I want to take all the best bits of the Corbyn project and build on them. Because I think the mistake we're making is a lot of people are seeing Project Keir as anything centre-left, or what you would call soft-left onwards, is a right-winger. That's not how the right-wingers see it. The right-wingers in our party have a far more, if you look at what they're doing, they're hugging Keir tight, okay? Because they understand Keirism isn't really a firm project. And there's an opportunity which they're taking with both hands to try and shape it. Right. We have a choice on the left. Do we engage in that project, that soft left project, and try to make it as left as possible? Or do we stand back on the lip of the tomb of the left and throw rocks at the Keir project and watch as the right come in, win the arguments, win the positions, take over? And then you know what? It won't be a soft left leadership we'll be facing. It will be a centrist right-wing leadership that we're facing, who rows things back and then does begin a witch hunt. And so my point is this: we've got a choice to make. We can fall out with issues, but we need to get behind our own party. We have to get behind our own party. If Keir didn't win, then some of the other potential candidates who could have won, I'm not going to name names, we would be in a far worse situation. So my message to the left is, let's change the culture of how we talk to each other, how we can disagree without calling names and throwing rocks at each other, and understand my community, my constituency here, it needs a Labour Party that is going to speak up for it, because there's a shitstorm coming down the road, an economic recession the likes we haven't seen for centuries. And that's going to unleash all kinds of horrible things, from unemployment, poverty, homelessness, because we've got this government, to racism and every other kind of ism. So we as a movement have got to sort ourselves out. So my point is this: the last thing I'll say now is make a conscious decision to engage constructively. That's it. That's it. Done. I've finished. Then you can ask me another question.
Well, I wanted to make a point that, I mean, I'm not particularly left or right. I am, I suppose, a socialist, but I would say that the main thing I joined the Labour Party for in 2010 was that I knew there was an austerity agenda from the Tories and Cameron and Osborne. And now we're going to see the same scenario of this, what you called shitstorm, becoming another case where they can bring in austerity and they can make the cuts and they can hurt the poorest. And Labour must, at this stage, at the very beginning of this process, start saying, no, we don't hurt the poorest. And my point is, how do we do that? How do we best achieve that? Do we best achieve that? Because I guarantee you, if this group and others just stay angry, I promise you, people don't like angry. It's okay for a while,
But very soon, people will start doing this. And they will start taking a side shuffle away because people like positivity. And there is positivity in I'm not saying this group isn't positive. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying there is something that if we just want to be angry and shouty, and that, I don't think that's going to achieve our objectives. I think what we have to do is be critical friends of this leadership, try and shape it. And that's a difference of strategy. There are going to be some on the left that do not want to do that. They will want to be oppositionalists for opposition. That's fine. I have no issue with that. That's their choice. But there will be some on the left who want to try and constructively engage in this and shape it, rather than letting it go off to the right, to Blue Labour, wherever it is that some people in our party want it to go. And that's what this is about, how we do that.
Yeah, but what we saw between 2010 and 2015, we had Ed Miliband, we had people on the left saying, like John McDonnell and others, suppose you as well, and saying we can't carry on making these cuts that are killing disabled people. And then we had people like Ed Miliband and the people all around him just saying, no, this isn't going to win us the election. But we've got to win the election.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we have.
About how we have to be gentle with them.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
So we have to be soft. I'm not quite sure.
No. I'm not saying soft. I'm saying. I think we've lost as a party the ability to be able to disagree without it turning into a personal attack. That's a difference between going easy on people. It's when I say to someone, I call into question this policy on these grounds. Now, that couldn't happen under New Labour because MPs that did that basically got shot over into the camp. That was it. We can do that. And I think there's a difference now between where this party could go and where it is. And I think there is a role for us as those on the left to engage in this party and to constructively try to move things forward and agree to disagree and say, but this is what we're going to say. This is what we think. This is what we believe. We're going to try and shape policy. We're going to try and build that space. And do you know the other thing I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that I'm involved with that rent union to make it as successful as possible, because I understand that politics isn't just defined inside Parliament. It's also the political space that we as activists make outside. And I want Labour to move into that political space. It's not just what happens. That's sometimes the mistake that kind of soft left, I think, shadow cabinets make, that they sit on where they think the comfortable the zone is. We can make political space to help them move into that. But we've got to engage. And I think if we just attack, then they switch off and we're not listened to. So I think it's about trying to shape where the Labour Party goes next. That's my personal view, obviously.